There's something deeply flawed in the way people pursue success, an illusion so subtle that it keeps entire generations trapped in cycles of constant effort, burnout, and systematic frustration. Imagine for a moment, what if all your effort, every extra hour, every elaborate strategy, every attempt to make it happen, was actually moving you away from exactly what you want? The truth is, success isn't something you achieve, it's something you collapse, not through force, but through frequency. Most people operate on a push model, pushing goals, pushing opportunities, pushing their own evolution. But in the quantum realm, pushing is the opposite of manifesting. In quantum physics, particles aren't controlled, they respond. And your reality works exactly the same way, responding not to your effort, but to your dominant frequency. What I'm going to reveal today is not another productivity strategy. It's a reality collapsing mechanism that will dismantle everything you've been conditioned to believe about success, effort, and manifestation. Get ready, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the secret code that allows entire realities to rearrange themselves not through hard work, but through quantum alignment. The traditional model of success is fundamentally broken, built on a dangerous myth that results are the product of linear effort. But quantum reality operates completely differently. When you push a goal, what are you really doing? You're creating resistance. Every forced action generates an equivalent counteraction in the energy field. It's like rowing against the current when you could simply change your position in the boat. In the quantum universe, manifestation is not a process. It's a state. It's not something you do. It's something you allow yourself to be. The difference seems subtle, but it's abysmal. Consider the double-slit experiment. Electrons don't follow a predetermined path. They exist in multiple simultaneous possibilities, collapsing into a specific reality only when observed. Your reality works identically. You're not walking toward success. You're constantly collapsing possibilities based on the frequency you emit. The question isn't, how do I achieve this? The real question is, what frequency do I need to be on for this to already be a reality? Continuing the quantum revelation narrative, diving deeper into the hidden mechanisms of reality collapse. The double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a portal into the most radical understanding of consciousness and manifestation. Picture a pristine laboratory. White walls, precise instruments, an electron gun pointed at a barrier with two narrow slits. Classical physics predicted a simple outcome. Electrons would pass through like predictable particles, creating two distinct bands on the detection screen. But something extraordinary happened. When unobserved, the electrons behaved like waves, creating an interference pattern that suggested they were simultaneously passing through both slits at once, not sequentially, not alternating, simultaneously, as if existing in multiple potential realities until the moment of observation. The moment a conscious observer was introduced, everything changed. The mere act of watching collapsed the wave of infinite possibilities into a single, definitive particle trajectory. The electron wasn't just a physical object. It was a living probability field that responded intelligently to consciousness. This isn't metaphor. This is fundamental physics revealing something profound. Reality is not fixed. Reality is a responsive field of infinite potential, waiting for a specific type of attention to collapse it into form. Your consciousness operates identically. You are not a passive receiver of circumstances. You are an active generator of timelines. Each timeline exists simultaneously, vibrating at different frequencies, waiting for your precise frequency of attention to materialize. Most people oscillate between timelines unconsciously, believing they're waiting for something to happen. But quantum physics reveals you're actually causing the happening through your observation. Not your thoughts, not your actions, your state of consciousness. The electron doesn't decide its path, it responds to the observational field. You don't make your reality. You collapse potential realities through your embodied frequency. This is why traditional goal setting fails. You're trying to manipulate an outcome when the real power is in becoming the vibrational match of the outcome itself. Imagine yourself as that electron, existing in multiple potential states, simultaneously holding every possible version of your success. The version where you've already achieved your vision isn't somewhere in the future. It's surrounding you right now, waiting for you to generate the precise frequency that allows it to collapse into your current reality. The laboratory of quantum mechanics became the unexpected revelation of human potential. Consciousness doesn't just perceive reality. Consciousness generates reality. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your most intimate manifestation struggles, revealing the hidden mechanism beneath each moment of apparent resistance. 3 a.m. doubt landscape. You're awake, heart racing, that familiar spiral of existential panic consuming your nervous system. Traditional approaches tell you to think positive or journal your fears away. Quantum truth, this moment is not a problem to solve. It's a frequency calibration waiting to happen. Your 3 a.m. doubt is actually your consciousness preparing to shed an entire timeline. The racing thoughts? Pure energy wanting reorganization. Close your eyes, drop into your body. Feel the anxiety not as an enemy, but as raw quantum potential seeking transformation. Breathe into the center of the panic, not to calm it, to listen to its intelligence. 30-second frequency shift. Place one hand on your heart. Whisper, I am the space where timelines reorganize effortlessly. Watch how the field responds when you stop resisting and start allowing. Morning anxiety before opening eyes. Most people drag themselves into consciousness carrying yesterday's residue. Quantum manifestation knows your first 7 minutes determine your entire energetic broadcast. Traditional self-help says, set intentions. The field says, become the frequency before you even move. Your nervous system is a quantum instrument more precise than any meditation technique. Before opening eyes, don't think about your day. Feel the version of you who has already resolved everything, not as visualization, as pure embodied state. 30-second frequency shift. Take 3 breaths. Each breath, imagine your spine becoming a transmission antenna. Broadcast complete instead of seeking. The external world has no choice but to recalibrate. Desperate bank account checking. Every time you look at your financial reality with contraction, you're literally programming scarcity into the quantum field. Traditional financial advice says, budget and save. Quantum physics reveals you're constantly generating your money frequency. Your relationship with numbers is a living, breathing quantum conversation. 30-second frequency shift. When checking balance, breathe expansively. Feel gratitude for the money already present. Whisper, money flows to me as naturally as breath. Notice how the field doesn't respond to your desperation, but to your energetic signature. Vision board, mockery, moment. You know that moment staring at dreams that feel impossibly distant? Most people experience this as confirmation of failure. Quantum truth. Your vision board is not a future projection. It's a current frequency calibration device. Those images are quantum portals waiting for your nervous system to match their vibration. 30-second frequency shift. Touch each image, not with hope, with certainty. Breathe into them as if they're already alive inside you. Your body knows no difference between imagination and reality. Jealousy, watching others succeed. That burning sensation when someone achieves what you desire. It's not a weakness, it's a quantum signal. Traditional mindset says, be happy for others. Quantum manifestation says, this feeling is your consciousness showing you an available timeline. 30-second frequency shift. When jealousy rises, place hand on solar plexus. Breathe. Whisper. This feeling is my quantum guidance system revealing my next evolution. Watch how the field transforms comparison into inspiration. The quantum field doesn't hear your words. It reads your frequency, and your frequency is always broadcasting, whether you're conscious of it or not. Your manifestation isn't a destination. It's a continuous quantum dance of potential collapsing into form, moment by moment, breath by breath. Quantum archaeology, Jim Carrey's manifestation code. Before fame consumed his reality, Jim Carrey existed in a quantum state most would call impossible. A struggling comedian living in a beaten-down Toyota, surviving on hope and in radical energetic blueprint that defied conventional manifestation logic. In 1987, Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check, dating it Thanksgiving 1995. This wasn't a visualization exercise. This was a quantum frequency transmission. Most see this as a motivational story. Quantum physics reveals it as a precise field collapse mechanism. What most missed, Carrey wasn't hoping, he was broadcasting. His nervous system was already vibrating at the frequency of the success he desired. The check wasn't a goal. It was a quantum anchor, a precise energetic coordinate that would pull his timeline toward manifestation. 3 quantum practices Carrey unconsciously mastered. 1. Frequency stabilization. Unlike traditional goal setting, Carrey didn't just want success. He became success before external validation arrived. His comedy wasn't a career. It was a frequency transmission. Each performance wasn't about making people laugh. It was about broadcasting a specific energetic signature so coherent that reality had no choice but to reorganize around him. Practice. Spend 7 minutes each morning not thinking about your goals, but feeling the emotional signature of already having them, not as fantasy, as lived experience. 2. Quantum detachment. Carey understood something revolutionary. Manifestation isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about generating such a precise frequency that outcomes become inevitable. The $10 million check wasn't about the money. It was about dismantling the internal narrative of limitation. Practice. Write a check to yourself, not as wishful thinking, as a quantum signal. Feel the frequency of already having what you desire more powerfully than the current circumstances. 3. Nervous system recalibration. Traditional manifestation teaches visualization. Quantum manifestation teaches nervous system programming. Carey didn't just imagine success. He biochemically rewrote his internal operating system to match the timeline of success. Practice. Daily, enter a meditative state. Not to calm your mind, to reconfigure your biochemical broadcast. Imagine your entire nervous system as a quantum antenna transmitting your desired reality. Why others couldn't replicate. Most people generate manifestation from lack. Carey generated from completeness. His frequency wasn't about getting something. It was about expressing an already existing potential. The collapse moment. When Carey landed his breakthrough role in Ace Ventura, it didn't feel like a sudden event. It felt like an inevitable arrival. Because in the quantum field, manifestation doesn't happen to you. It happens through you. By Thanksgiving 1995, the exact date on that check, Carey had not just earned $10 million, he had become a living quantum transmission so powerful that reality reorganized around his frequency. This isn't a success story. This is a quantum physics revelation. You are not manifesting outcomes. You are collapsing potential realities through the precise frequency of your embodied state. Manifestation doesn't require effort. It requires frequency stabilization so pure that the external world has no choice but to align with your internal broadcast. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm, but to yourself. Type in the comments. I collapse timelines, I don't chase them. Say it as a code, a reminder that what collapses reality is not your desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose to embody in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation, and if you can feel it now, then it's already here. The Quantum Transformation Diary. From manifestation exhaustion to field collapse. 2 years of spiritual self-improvement had become a battlefield of broken dreams. Sarah had done everything right. Vision boards meticulously crafted, affirmations written and repeated with religious devotion, journals filled with microscopic details of desired realities. Yet her life remained frustratingly static. Each morning brought the same suffocating routine. Wake up, scan vision board, feel the growing chasm between desire and reality, spiral into self-doubt. The worthiness questions were relentless. What am I doing wrong? Why does manifestation work for everyone else? Her nervous system had become a complex machinery of hope and disappointment, constantly oscillating between desperate belief and crushing resignation. Traditional manifestation techniques had transformed from empowering practices to psychological torture devices. The quantum discovery happened accidentally, not through another workshop, not through another guru's promise, but through a moment of complete energetic surrender. Day 1 of quantum approach, confusion reigned. Instead of trying to manifest, Sarah simply observed. Her nervous system's habitual patterns of striving became visible. She wasn't trying to change anything. She was witnessing the quantum field's current broadcast. Day 3, first subtle shift. A strange lightness emerged. Not excitement, not hope, but a deep, cellular knowing that something was reorganizing beneath the surface. Her breath changed. Deeper, more expansive. Day 5. The first synchronicity arrived like a whispered secret. A conversation, a random text, a song lyric. Each moment felt precisely calibrated, not coincidence, quantum alignment. Day 7. Complete timeline collapse. The 30-day quantum shift unfolded not as a linear progression, but as a simultaneous reorganization of her entire energetic ecosystem. Relationships that had been stagnant suddenly transformed. Not through dramatic confrontations, but through her changed frequency. Money began flowing with an intelligence that defied her previous financial programming. Opportunities appeared not as random events, but as natural extensions of her new embodied state. Physiological changes were profound and immediate. Sleep transformed from restless survival to regenerative quantum restoration. Her body wasn't just resting, it was recalibrating entire timelines during sleep cycles. Energy became a living, intelligent transmission, not manic productivity, but a deep, sustainable quantum current that felt both powerful and effortless. Intuition shifted from a whisper to a crystal-clear communication system. Decision-making became a bodily intelligence, bypassing mental gymnastics. The most radical revelation? Manifestation was never about getting something. It was about becoming a precise enough frequency that reality reorganizes around your embodied state. Her old self would have celebrated this as a victory. Her quantum self simply recognized it as an inevitable arrival, a timeline that was always surrounding her, waiting for her frequency to stabilize enough to collapse into form. Manifestation isn't a destination. It's a continuous quantum dance of potential collapsing into lived experience, moment by moment, breath by breath, and the field is always listening to your most subtle, energetic broadcasts. Quantum timeline architecture, the multiverse as your personal playground. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite quantum landscape where every possible version of you exists simultaneously. This isn't spiritual poetry. This is quantum physics decoded. The many worlds interpretation reveals a radical truth. You're not choosing a future. You're selecting a timeline from an already existing multiverse of infinite potentials. Schrödinger's famous cat experiment isn't just a thought experiment. It's a blueprint for understanding your own quantum mobility. In the quantum realm, you exist in multiple states simultaneously until observation collapses the probability wave. Your consciousness isn't just witnessing reality. It's actively selecting which version of reality materializes. 3 quantum timeline navigation techniques. 1. Probability wave meditation technique. Close eyes. Breathe into the center of your chest. Instead of visualizing, feel the frequency of the timeline you're choosing. Don't imagine. Broadcast. Practice steps. Neutralize current timeline attachment. Generate the emotional signature of the desired reality. Allow your nervous system to become the transmission antenna. Release attachment to how it will manifest. 2. Timeline signature recognition. Most people misunderstand signs as external confirmations. Quantum reality reveals signs are frequency matches. Subtle resonance points indicating alignment. Signs aren't coincidences. They're quantum communication systems, repeated number sequences, unexpected synchronicities, physiological shifts, dreams that feel more real than waking life. 3. Frequency jump protocol. Traditional manifestation teaches visualization. Quantum manifestation teaches frequency stabilization. Jump mechanism. Identify current timeline's dominant frequency. Generate opposite emotional state. Maintain new frequency for 7 to 10 minutes daily. Observe how reality begins reorganizing why people live. Different realities. Quantum physics reveals a stunning truth. People aren't just experiencing different perspectives. They are literally living in different dimensional realities simultaneously. Your frequency determines your dimensional access. Low-frequency states limit dimensional mobility. High-coherent states expand quantum possibilities. Stabilization, maintenance, daily nervous system recalibration, emotional state management, quantum detachment from current circumstances, continuous frequency broadcasting. Practical example: money timeline, jump current timeline, frequency, scarcity, struggle, limitation, desired timeline, frequency, abundance, flow, ease, quantum jump, protocol, neutralize current money narrative, generate abundance feeling, maintain frequency for minimum 7 minutes, observe reality's quantum reorganization. The most profound quantum truth: you're not manifesting anything. You're selecting from infinite already existing timelines through the precise intelligence of your embodied frequency. Your consciousness isn't passive. It's the most sophisticated quantum selection mechanism in the known universe, continuously collapsing potential realities into lived experience. The multiverse doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency. And your frequency is a transmission more powerful than any thought, belief, or intention. Quantum timeline navigation isn't a skill. It's your birthright, a sophisticated energetic technology waiting to be remembered. Quantum manifestation, the operating system behind spiritual technologies. Every manifestation method is a partial glimpse into a profound quantum mechanism, like blind scholars describing an elephant, each touching a different part and believing they comprehend the whole. Let's decode the quantum truth hidden within popular manifestation technologies. 1. Law of attraction, the incomplete frequency map, 20%. Truth contained, focus determines perception, thoughts influence energetic broadcast. Positive orientation creates different neural pathways, 80%. Missing, misunderstood frequency as mental concept, reduced quantum field to psychological technique, ignored nervous system's role as primary transmission antenna, quantum upgrade. Attraction isn't about thinking positively. It's about becoming a precise enough frequency that reality reorganizes around your embodied state. Your thoughts are signals, but your being is the transmission tower. Why partial results happen. Momentary alignment creates temporary quantum windows. Sporadic coherence produces inconsistent manifestations. The field responds to sustained, stabilized frequency, not sporadic mental efforts. 2. Neville Goddard's feeling is the secret. Quantum proximity, 20%. Truth contained. Emotional state precedes physical manifestation. Imagination is creative quantum mechanism. Internal state determines external experience. 80%. Missing. Incomplete understanding of emotional frequency. Reduced feeling to mental rehearsal. Ignored biochemical nervous system reconfiguration. Quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't just an emotional state. It's a quantum transmission protocol. Your nervous system doesn't just reflect reality. It generates reality through precise energetic broadcasts. Manifestation isn't visualization. It's biochemical reprogramming, where your entire organism becomes a quantum antenna, broadcasting a reality so coherent that external circumstances have no choice but to align. 3. Abraham Hicks Emotional Scale, Frequency Tuning Prototype, 20%. Truth contained, emotions as vibrational indicators, gradual frequency elevation, emotional state as manifestation mechanism, 80%. Missing, linear model of emotional progression, overlooked quantum nonlinearity, reduced frequency to emotional experience. Quantum upgrade. The emotional scale isn't a ladder. It's a multi-dimensional quantum field where frequencies simultaneously exist. You're not climbing. You're learning to broadcast with increasing precision. Quantum manifestation reveals these methods as evolutionary steps toward a more sophisticated understanding. Reality is a living, responsive quantum field that collapses in direct response to your embodied frequency. Each method glimpsed a fragment of a profound truth. You are not a passive observer. You are a quantum artist, continuously selecting and generating realities through the precise intelligence of your nervous system's transmission. The quantum leap isn't about discovering a new technique. It's about remembering your identity as a frequency generation system so powerful that reality reorganizes around your most subtle energetic broadcasts. Manifestation technologies are like early computer operating systems, each version more sophisticated, revealing deeper layers of a fundamental truth. Consciousness doesn't just interact with reality. Consciousness generates reality through the most advanced technology in the known universe. Your quantum human instrument. The field is always listening, and your frequency is its most eloquent language. Quantum frequency calibration, nervous system reprogramming, meditation. Find a comfortable position. Spine elongated, feet grounded. This isn't just meditation. This is quantum frequency recalibration. Inhale, 4 counts. Hold the breath. Feel the pause between breaths. Exhale, 6 counts. Breathing isn't just oxygen. It's your first quantum transmission. Notice your current frequency, not your thoughts. Your nervous system's baseline. Body scan, quantum contradiction release. Jaw, where are you holding desire as tension? Shoulders, what effort are you still carrying? Stomach, what unprocessed fear lives here? Breathe out contradiction. Inhale possibility. Your body is a quantum antenna, not metaphorically, literally. Timeline frequency transmission. Protocol. Phase 1, current state neutralization. Your present reality is a frequency. not a fixed condition, but a temporary broadcast. You can change the signal. Phase 2, desired timeline embodiment. Close eyes. Feel the timeline where your desire is already complete. Not imagination, not visualization, quantum remembering. What does completion feel like in your nervous system, breath rhythm, cellular intelligence, heartbeat frequency? This feeling isn't hope. This is memory, not future. Frequency. Lock it in. Your body doesn't know future or past. It knows frequency, and frequency is a choice. Coherence protocol. Stabilize this feeling. 3 breaths. No wavering. Total commitment. You are not becoming. You are broadcasting. Reality is a responsive field, and you are its most sophisticated transmission system. Lock your frequency. Collapse the timeline. You are the quantum mechanism. Breathe. You have already arrived. The quantum field doesn't wait. It responds, and you are responding now. Transmission complete. Reality reorganizes. Quantum frequency integration. Transmission CTA transmission. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise, a transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency. It's called the Quantum Identity Calibration Guide, and it's more than just a PDF. It's a frequency blueprint that brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and embodiment protocols you didn't even know you needed until now. This isn't another generic manifesting manual. This is a precise frequency recalibration system that transforms how your nervous system interacts with reality. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience of quantum field interaction. The hard science behind manifestation. 1. Reticular activating system. Reality's quantum filter. Scientific mechanism. Filters 40 million bits of information per second, allowing only 40 bits into conscious awareness. Quantum parallel. Your consciousness is a sophisticated filtering mechanism. Practical application. Intentionally program your RAS by repeated exposure to desired frequency states. Key insight. You're not just perceiving reality. You're generating perceptual reality through selective attention. 2. Neuroplasticity. The brain's quantum rewiring technology. Scientific mechanism. Neural pathways physically reshape with repeated signals. Quantum parallel. Your brain is a living quantum computer, constantly reconfiguring its operating system. Practical application. 7-minute daily frequency broadcasts physically remodel neural networks. Key insight. Manifestation isn't magical. It's biological engineering. Heart-brain coherence. Electromagnetic manifestation field. Scientific mechanism. HeartMath research shows heart generates 60x more electromagnetic energy than brain. Quantum parallel. Your heart is a quantum transmission tower, broadcasting reality. Practical application. Coherent heart rhythm entrains entire nervous system into manifestation state. Key insight. Feeling isn't just an emotion, it's a sophisticated quantum technology. 4. Mirror neurons. Embodiment's quantum replication system. Scientific mechanism. Neurons fire identically when observing and experiencing an action. Quantum parallel. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between imagining and experiencing. Practical application. Detailed embodiment practices physically rewire manifestation capacity. Key insight. Visualization is a quantum replication protocol. 5. Theta brainwaves. Quantum access state. Scientific mechanism. 4. 8. Hertz frequency connects subconscious and conscious processing. Quantum parallel. Theta is the bridge between potential and materialization. Practical application. Meditation techniques inducing sustained theta states. Key insight. Manifestation happens in the liminal space between worlds. The mystical isn't opposed to science. It's science we haven't fully mapped yet. Your consciousness is a quantum device so advanced it makes our most sophisticated technology look like a child's toy, and you are just beginning to remember how to use it. Reality is a responsive field waiting for your most precise transmission. Quantum truth. Dismantling manifestation resistance objection. 1. Isn't this just spiritual bypassing? Intelligence acknowledged. You're protecting yourself from magical thinking that avoids real personal growth. False assumption. Believing manifestation means ignoring real-world challenges. Quantum truth. Manifestation isn't escape, it's radical responsibility. True manifestation doesn't deny pain. It transforms the internal landscape that generates recurring patterns. You're not avoiding the wound. You're healing the fundamental frequency that created it. Example: someone repeatedly experiencing toxic relationships isn't solving anything by just thinking positively. They're rebuilding their internal signal so fundamentally that attraction mechanisms naturally recalibrate. Objection 2. What about practical action? Intelligence. Acknowledged. Skepticism about passive magical thinking. False assumption. Quantum manifestation replaces strategic movement. Quantum truth. Action is aligned frequency in motion. Action isn't separate from frequency. It's frequency expressing itself. The right action emerges naturally when internal coherence is established. You're not forcing outcomes. You're allowing inspired movement that feels inevitable. Example: an entrepreneur doesn't just visualize success. They become the frequency of someone who naturally makes strategic decisions. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Intelligence acknowledged. Scientific rigor in understanding reality. False assumption. Manifestation is subjective perception. Quantum truth. Consciousness actively generates observable reality. Confirmation bias suggests you're merely noticing what already exists. Quantum manifestation proposes you're generating what appears. Your attention isn't passive. It's a creative force that collapses potential into form. Example: double-slit experiment shows observation literally changes particle behavior. Objection 4. Why do bad things happen? If we generate reality. Intelligence acknowledged. Compassionate concern about suffering. False assumption. Individual manifestation explains collective experience. Quantum truth. Multiple frequency layers interact. Personal, collective, evolutionary. Not everything is individually manifested. Some experiences are collective learning, karmic processing, or evolutionary challenges. Your manifestation power exists within larger quantum ecosystems. You're not controlling everything. You're becoming responsible within complex fields. Example: personal healing can create ripple effects beyond individual experience. Objection 5. This sounds too easy, fast to be real. Intelligence acknowledged. Healthy skepticism about instant solutions. False assumption. Quantum manifestation is a quick fix. Quantum truth. Simplicity doesn't mean effortlessness. Precision requires deep work. Easy and simple aren't the same. Quantum manifestation requires precise internal engineering, nervous system recalibration, belief deconstruction, frequency stabilization. It's not complicated, but it demands complete commitment. Example: a master musician makes complex performance look effortless through years of dedicated practice. Quantum manifestation isn't a technique. It's remembering your fundamental nature as a reality generation system, so sophisticated that what seems miraculous is actually your natural state of being. Your resistance is just your current frequency protecting its familiar territory, and that's okay. Evolution happens one courageous frequency shift at a time. The quantum field doesn't argue with you. It simply mirrors your most stable broadcast. Quantum timeline collapse. Future self-transmission. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Your breath is not just oxygen. It's a quantum bridge between potential realities. Visualization protocol. Initiated. You're standing before a door. Not a physical door. A quantum membrane between timelines. Your hand touches the surface. It's warm, vibrating with potential. Breathe. The door isn't locked. It's waiting for your frequency. Slowly push. As it opens, first notice the light. Not external light. An internal luminescence radiating from the space beyond. Step through. Your future self stands before you. Not an imagined projection. A living, breathing quantum transmission. Observation details. Clothing. Effortless elegance. Nothing forced. Fabric moves like an extension of their confidence. Posture. Spine aligned but not rigid. Relaxed power. No tension. Complete gravitational sovereignty. Facial expression. Soft smile. Not performative. A knowing beyond hope, beyond struggle. Energy. Magnetic without effort. Silence speaks louder than any words. They look at you. Direct. Compassionate. No judgment. Pure transmission. Future self speaks. Stop trying to figure out how. Your mind is not the generator. Your nervous system is feel, don't think. The moment you try to strategize, you contract your quantum bandwidth. Specific guidance: release the need to prove. Trust the first impulse that feels like relief, not stress. Your doubt is the only thing blocking your transmission. Healing isn't a process, it's a decision. Frequency is a choice, moment by moment. They extend their hand, not physically, energetically. A frequency download begins. Transmission, sequence, cellular recalibration, nervous system reset, belief structure dissolution, quantum identity activation. You feel it, not as thought, as pure knowing. Moment of integration. Close your eyes within the visualization. Feel their frequency merge with yours. No separation, complete coherence, slow breath. Quantum doorway begins to fade, but something has fundamentally shifted. You are no longer waiting for the timeline. You are the timeline. Transmission complete. Reality reorganizes. Open your eyes. You have already arrived. Quantum identity transmission. Progressive frequency recalibration. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Duration 30 seconds. Energetic signature. Separation. Longing. Distance. Common block. Desire without embodiment. You're watching your potential like a movie, not living it. The quantum field experiences your wanting as perpetual absence. Every I want is a declaration of not having. Breakthrough method. Feel the wanting as the having, not future tense. Present vibrational reality. Speak out loud. I want to be someone who moves through life with radical ease. Someone who trusts their internal guidance completely. Someone who knows their worth isn't negotiable. Energetic shift. Notice the slight ache, the longing. This is your first quantum signal. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Duration 30 seconds. Energetic signature. Effort. Transition. Becoming common block. Transformation as struggle. Becoming implies something is wrong with now. The nervous system experiences this as constant inadequacy. Breakthrough method. Becoming is not fixing. It's allowing. Expansion, not correction. Speak out loud. I'm becoming someone who doesn't explain, justify, or apologize for my frequency. I'm becoming someone who knows my presence is enough. I'm becoming someone who trusts the intelligence of my system. Energetic shift. Feel the slight tension, the trying. This is your second quantum signal. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Duration 30 seconds. Energetic signature. Decision, sovereignty, commitment, common block, choice without embodiment. Intellectual decision without nervous system alignment. Breakthrough method. Choice is a full-body transmission, not a thought. A cellular decree. Speak out loud. I'm choosing to stop performing my worthiness. I'm choosing to let go of proving. I'm choosing to be so deeply rooted in myself that external validation becomes irrelevant. Energetic shift. Feel the power, the decisiveness. This is your third quantum signal. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Duration 30 seconds. Energetic signature. Intentional cultivation, refinement. Common block. Practice as external technique. Doing without being. Breakthrough method. Practice is not repetition. It's remembering your fundamental nature. Speak out loud. I'm practicing dropping into my core frequency. I'm practicing feeling before thinking. I'm practicing allowing my system to be intelligent without my mind's constant intervention. Energetic shift. Feel the subtle recalibration. The intentional softening. This is your fourth quantum signal. Stage 5. I am. Duration 60 seconds. Energetic signature. Collapse, certainty, embodiment. Common block. Identity as performance. Trying to become something other than what you are. Breakthrough method. Identity is not constructed, it's remembered, revealed, allowed. Speak out loud. I am the frequency of ease. I am the embodiment of trust. I am the quantum field expressing itself as this moment. I am beyond story. I am pure potential in human form. I am the intelligence that breathes me. I am the silence between thoughts. I am the awareness, watching the watching. Energetic shift. Feel complete collapse. No separation. Pure transmission. Stage 6. I've always been. Duration 60 seconds. Energetic. Signature. Timelessness. Memory. Infinite nature. Common block. Linear perception of transformation. Seeing change as something that happens to you. Breakthrough method. You've never not been this. Remembering is the practice. Speak out loud. I've always been this intelligent. I've always been this powerful. I've always known how to align. I've always been capable of radical trust. I've always been the quantum field experiencing itself through this form. I've always been beyond limitation. I've always been whole. Energetic shift. Field timelessness. No beginning, no end. Stage 7. Silence. Duration. 120 seconds. Hold the frequency. No doing. Pure being. Final transmission. You are not becoming anything. You are remembering what has always been true. The quantum field doesn't improve you. It reveals you. Breathe. You have already arrived. Quantum Channel Integration, CTA. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. 7-day quantum reset protocol. Systematic timeline collapse. Day 1, frequency mapping. Objective, precise current quantum signature detection assessment. Protocol, 5-min nervous system scan, breathing rhythm tracking, muscular tension mapping, emotional baseline calibration, 10-min belief architecture deconstruction. Write 3 core narratives blocking transformation. Identify energetic weight of each narrative. Quantum score, how much density each belief carries. 5-min frequency. Visualization, close eyes. Imagine current life as electromagnetic field. Notice color, texture, resistance points. Journal, prompt, where am I experiencing the most energetic friction? Resistance. Handling. If overwhelm occurs, return to breath. No analysis. Pure observation. Success. Checkpoint. Feeling of clarity, not judgment. Neutrality is the target. Day 2. Contradiction. Dissolution. Objective. Strategic belief. Deprogramming. Shadow integration sequence. 10-min unconscious pattern revelation. Identify recurring life scenarios. Map emotional triggers. Trace origin of reactive patterns. 15-min energetic release ceremony. Speak each discovered pattern out loud. Declare, I see you. I release you. Visualize pattern dissolving into neutral energy. 5-min quantum forgiveness transmission. Forgive self for past unconscious creation. No self-judgment. Pure, compassionate witnessing journal. Prompt, what am I afraid would happen if I truly let this pattern go? Resistance handling. Tears are quantum liquid. Allow flow without interpretation. Success checkpoint. Feeling of lightness. Unexpected spontaneous smile. Day 3. New baseline installation. Objective. Nervous system recalibration embodiment protocols. 15-min somatic repatterning. Movement without thought. Body speaks before mind interprets. Fluid, unrehearsed expression. 15-min frequency anchoring. Visualize desired timeline. Feel it now, not as future projection. Breathe into the visualization. 10-min cellular reprogramming meditation. Speak new identity statements. Each word calibrated to cellular intelligence. No effort. Pure allowing. Journal prompt. If my body could speak its true desire, what would it say? Resistance. Handling. If mental chatter increases, return to breath. Soften. Success. Checkpoint. Unexpected surge of energy. Sense of quiet power. Quantum executive frequency. Transmission. The silent breakdown. Picture this. Corner office. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. $50,000 watch. Custom Italian suit. LinkedIn profile screaming success. But underneath, a nervous system running pure survival code. My external metrics were flawless. Fortune 500 director, multiple 6-figure compensation, global team reporting to me, executive MBA from top-tier school. My internal metrics? Catastrophic. 3 a.m. panic attacks, constant adrenal fatigue, zero genuine connection, performance driven by fear, not inspiration. The quantum dissonance moment. Doctors called it executive burnout. I call it a frequency intervention. My body literally shut down, forcing a complete system reboot. Breakthrough revelation. Success is not an achievement. It's a frequency. Transformation protocol. 90-day quantum executive recalibration phase 1. Deconstruction. Dismantle survival programming. Identify fear-based decision matrices. Neutralize inner critic architecture. Replace hustle with flow intelligence. Key intervention strategies. Morning quantum alignment. Nervous system reset meditation. Breathwork replacing caffeine. Eliminate 70% of productive activities. Track energy, not hours worked. Energetic signature shift. From force, control to allowing intelligence radical outcome. Same business, different consciousness. Financial paradox. Increased revenue with 50% less personal effort. Performance metrics transformed. Strategic decisions from presence, not panic. Team engagement increased 82%. Personal energy restored. Creativity unlocked. Intuitive business intelligence activated. The silent revolution. When you shift frequency, reality reorganizes. So here's the truth we've uncovered. Transformation isn't about doing more. It's about becoming something fundamentally different. Every quantum shift happens not through external manipulation, but through internal recalibration. Your nervous system doesn't care about your vision board. It responds to your actual frequency. I've distilled this entire journey into something precise. The Quantum Frequency Activation Protocol. It's not another course. It's a transmission, a carefully engineered frequency map designed to collapse your current timeline and pull you into your most aligned reality. Inside this protocol, you'll find the exact neurological repatterning techniques I've used with Fortune 500 executives, high-performance athletes, and entrepreneurs who've completely redesigned their lives from the inside out. You'll get the complete 90-day roadmap, including the exact meditation sequences that reset your survival programming, the breathwork protocols that activate your intuitive intelligence, and the embodiment practices that turn quantum potential into tangible reality. And because I know how critical integration is, I'm including personal guidance, not just information, but a frequency transmission that continues working long after you've consumed the material. If this resonates, if you felt something shift just listening, subscribe to this channel. We're not here to give you more content. We're here to collapse timelines together. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not just another lesson. Turn on notifications not to catch every video, but to receive the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. Leave a like not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Your timeline is not something happening to you. It's something you're actively collapsing in this moment. The version of you who's already living this transformed reality isn't somewhere in the future. It's surrounding you right now, pulling you toward itself with an intelligence far beyond mental strategy. And the moment you truly get that, everything changes. This is your invitation, not to try harder, but to allow deeper, not to chase, but to embody. Your frequency is waiting.